curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
I'm gonna go with Joel and B.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Detroit Pistons. For Detroit, they come into this game following a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. That game was a shootout. Defense will be the key tonight for them to bounce back with a win. Still a little strange to see D. Wade out of a Heat uniform, but we'll get to see him tonight. As his career winds down, where do you see him on the list of all-time shooting guards?
Let's see, three-time champion, one Finals MVP. I'm going to say he's the third best shooting guard in the modern era.
Would you like to tell us who the first two are?
I would never say Mike and Kobe.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, I don't consider Michael the modern era, because after 2000s, I'm saying he's not the modern anymore. So I would say that Dwayne would be the second best shooting guard in the modern era.
Well, it depends on what you call modern.
Exactly.
Well, anything.
I think the 90s are pretty modern.
Exactly.
I mean, the last
What are you
20 years,
talking
don't you think
about?
that's pretty modern?
Do you have a TV from the 90s in your house? That's
three,
not modern.
Three of them.
Exactly.
From the 90s?
Yes.
Oh, my
Three
God.
from the 90s.
Yes.
No.
And, yeah, like my buddy.
There's nothing
says,
in my house.
and
I
one of
agree
them-
with you, Ernie.
And my non-working one is on
Don't
top
be
of
a
the working
millennial.
one.
Don't forget where you come from, millennial man.
I'm a millennial guy.
No, it's
so
right over there next
he's
to
number
my,
two.
It's right over
No,
there next to
stop
my
it. Number
transistor
three.
radio.
He's number two. Michael is
is.
not modern anymore.
No.
My 8-track player.
And my toaster oven.
And why is he
They're
still selling
all
shoes
right
if he's
there.
not modern?
'Cause
Got
you're-
him, Judge
no.
Ernie.
Yeah.
Michael still has a loop earring in his ear.
But he's
not
still
modern.
selling shoes.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. It's yours, it's mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. It's yours, it's mine.
It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this one after a win against the Indiana Pacers.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, Channing Frye's floor spacing puts opposing bigs in a bind. Frye says big guys like to paint. I make them allergic to them. Their big guys want to help, but he can't. He's got to come to Fryland. Just sit out there with me. So it's a pick your poison kind of thing. Kevin, if there's one place I know you'll love, it's Fryland.
That's right, T.A. You and I both, maybe after the broadcast, you and I can swing over there for a bite. Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you played, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box. And really just knowing the guys and understanding their habits. And so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player.
Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Right there.
And James simply one of the best dunkers in NBA history, I have to say. Highly creative in how he throws it down.
Bradley kicks to Harris. Here's Bullock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Taking the initiative, Crowder going in strong.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Harris. That shot off the mark. Good D from Love. For the finish, and the dunk by LeBron.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Poked away. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball, and LeBron throws it down.
Oh, the assist from Thomas. Finding the open man. Nice decision offensively.
LeBron's gone 3 for 3 from the floor. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, that's just a bad foul there. The refs are going to be all over that one.
So it's Detroit now. 4-point game. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he's drawing those whistles. A couple quick ones back to back.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And stolen by Love.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Count that one.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Smith throwing the double team. Thomas with the steal. And he gets it to go.
Oh, the anticipation and the quickness from Thomas, creating havoc at the defensive end.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Doubled by Smith. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul, and now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench.
The 3 from Bradley. Detroit, no good that time either. And here are the Cavaliers. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And now it's a double-digit lead. LeBron's got 8 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Pulls it up. And LeBron with the basket, the assist from Crowder. 10 points for LeBron.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pistons trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
No other way to put it. The defense was awful, completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
Well, they had a hard time forcing turnovers, and then on the other end, made quite a number of mistakes themselves.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for Cleveland.
And they really based almost their entire offense around the three-point shot. Spread the floor, space the defense, and if the deep shots aren't falling, at least it should open things up inside.
Here's Drummond. Last game he had 12. Smith outside. Here's Harris. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4. And Stan Van Gundy, known for being one of the more demanding coaches when it comes to defense. He doesn't care who you are. If you're not giving it your all on the defensive end, you're going to find yourself on the bench.
Well, he's clear with what he wants and what he expects, and, when you step on the floor. His percentage from the field is not very strong.
Watch out. Watch out.
LeBron is so powerful. Amazing how he maintains focus, even with the D draped all over him.
Pistons trail by 12. Feeds to Bradley. To the paint. That one misses. And Cleveland the other way now. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, and when your bench is putting up major points, makes the whole offense that much more difficult to defend. They went to blowout city.
And the rejection by James. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chris, LeBron took a lot of heat going to Miami, but when he played with the Heat, he said he learned a lot how to win there. And certainly the results show with 2 championships and 4 NBA Finals.
The fans in Cleveland, they should be happy that he left, learned how to win there in Miami under a great leader like a Pat Riley, and came back and brought that knowledge to Cleveland and won their first championship. I'm sure all is forgiven now.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good.
LeBron continues to add to his legacy, a dominant player on both ends of the floor.
And both free throws good for James. And as successful as LeBron James has been, a max contract, all the endorsements, everything else, he's made his mark with his philanthropy.
Well, Kevin, my favorite part about LeBron is what he's done off the court. I mean, $2.5 million to the Muhammad Ali Museum. Think about this. This might be one of the greatest philanthropic moves, in my opinion, by an athlete. $40 million to pay for the college tuition of 1,000 Ohio school children. I mean, he's affecting the world in ways much larger than basketball.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The Cavaliers 5th.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Smith kicks to Harris. Here's Bullock.
I like that defense that time from Love. He's solid at keeping his ground and not letting his man get the best of him.
Crowder goes in, uses both hands to slam it down.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
Drummond a screen. Harris outside. To halt the run, it's through for his second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, one of the things Harris does so well out there is shoot the 3 ball, which in turn opens up the floor for the rest of his teammates.
And Love with his second chance points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Smith drawn the double team. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Kicks it out to Bradley. That three off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 17. LeBron's shot is good. James has got 18 points in the game.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And the Cavs front office never shy about making bold moves. You think about changing coaches a couple seasons ago, even with the team's record at 30-11.
Well, T. Lue is the answer. They weathered a lot of criticism, part of the responsibility of leadership. You can't always make the popular call. You got to make the right call.
Review some numbers for Avery Bradley. Averaging 15 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
It's tipped. Crowder with the steal. For the finish, and the dunk by LeBron.
And credit Crowder with his activity disrupting the play. He got them out and running that time.
Here's Smith. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City. Left side, Harris. Dishes to Bullock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. LeBron drives in, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. And Chris, one thing I'm sure you appreciate about Kevin Love's game is his passing.
Oh, definitely. I love his Wes Unseld, the ode to Wes Unseld outlet pass that he does. I mean, just touchdown strikes. Good vision in the high post as well.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
Free throw good, James. Well, there have been a lot of great young big men come into the league over the last couple of years. Chris, do you think the post position is about to make a comeback in the league right now?
I think it definitely could make a comeback because of the players that we've seen enter into this game, like Cat and Davis and Embiid. But I also think that, you know, the game has grown because we've had to see players like Larry Bird on the post extend his game to three-point area. We got to see Hakeem Olajuwon get the first big crossover. So I don't know if the game will ever be the same with traditional posts, but I do know the game is in good hands with guys that have great skill sets, and so the big man is definitely back.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Well, Ish Smith is a player who has been around the league a ton for a guy his age and his quality. He's suited up for 10 or so teams already in his career. But see, Webb, you watch him play, and he knows he can make an impact at the point guard position. Just ask his coach, Stan Van Gundy.
Well, think about it. The more teams you're with, the more you get to see different philosophies, different styles, play against different guys. So he's picked up confidence, and he's picked up knowledge across his journey throughout the NBA. I mean, Smith has a good enough mid-range game where you have to respect him. He knows where to look. He knows how to set up teammates, but make no doubt about it, it's Smith's quickness that is his greatest asset.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And you so often hear about how much Detroit Pistons fans pride themselves on the defense of this team. It's a part of the franchise's identity. All the fans in Detroit definitely love their defense.
Smith against Bradley. Tolliver, no luck.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Crowder with the basket on the assist by Smith. 8 points for Jay Crowder.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And only a handful of teams have a franchise identity like that with the Pistons in defense. Maybe the Lakers playing up-tempo or Memphis grinding it out.
Well, yeah, not many teams or franchises have an identity, and that's what makes it so special to play in Detroit for that reason. There's nothing like hearing the crowd get hyped for a defensive stop.
And stolen by Love. By himself, and then Smith with the dunk.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Smith outside. Passes it to Harris. He feeds it to Drummond. Clock at 6. And stolen by LeBron. Smith drives in. Good, and the assist goes to James. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Bradley. Basket good.
Brave in the paint, Bradley gets it done.
James against Harris. Some solid defense from Harris.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Lobbed up there for Drummond. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
The three from Bradley. Goes back up. And there's the nice layup by Drummond.
Now, the energy Drummond has on the glass, it's really ridiculous. He's a spark plug, a real spark plug.
Smith drives in, shoots over Bradley. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 6 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Bradley kicks to Smith. There's the screen. Pass to Drummond. 6 to shoot. Outside Bradley. From deep. Drills the three-pointer. He's got 5.
Oh, three-point shooting. I mean, the strength of Bradley's game offensively, incredible.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
To the middle, here's Tolliver, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Cavaliers fans have to be pleased with what the team got in exchange for Kyrie Irving. An all-star in Isaiah Thomas, a two-way starter in Crowder, and some talent for the future. I think they did well.
That free throw good from Tolliver.
And the Cavs stuck to their guns in the trade negotiation. They wanted that 2018 draft pick, which is coming from the Nets. You never know what happens with LeBron this upcoming offseason. They got talent and depth to win now, but also a plan B if they need to rebuild.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Tolliver hits them both. The Cavaliers leading by 22. Outside, Green. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
1:52 left in the first quarter. There's the pick. Knocks it loose. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. The Cavaliers 5th.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Tolliver for 3.
Really having a difficult time getting anything to fall. And you know what? Call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
and the shot is good. Thompson's got his first basket of the night.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Down low, it's stolen by Wade. Rose in the post, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I like the awareness on the court from Wade. He's excellent at scanning the floor to set up the open teammate.
Shot off the screen. Bikes, no good. Johnson against Korver. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Galloway kicks to Tolliver. Johnson, a wide open look. They can't stop the run with that one. And it's Wade penetrating. Good.
And this is when Wade is at his best. He's an outstanding penetrator who gets to the bucket in no time.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Galloway with the bucket.
Leaving any player wide open from mid-range, a recipe for getting scored on.
Here's Thompson. Rebound by the Pistons.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
That's not a possession they'll want to repeat. Despite the points, they got to get a better shot than that.
And it's good for two. Rose has got his second basket of the game.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, we know what Derrick Rose has been through, the injuries, the expectations. And we asked him how he's dealing with all of it.
I got a clear mind when I play. I can't think about the past. I can't think about if I'm going to hurt myself, if I move the wrong way. When I'm out there, I have a free mind. I have no expectations on myself. I just know that I prepare myself well. There's no pressure.
Well, and Rose says no pressure, but I have to feel like there's at least a little bit, guys, of pressure to get back to where he was.
Yeah, I mean, league MVP in 11, once considered a cornerstone for the NBA's youth movement. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive?
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track beat.
I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, we've got Dwight Bikes, Anthony Tolliver out there with Johnson, and it's Galloway in at the two-guard spot.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively. And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest two guards to ever play.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Wade. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Johnson gets the bucket. The Cavaliers shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. Rose. That shot off, and it's Detroit the other way. Mikes kicks to Johnson. Fresh 24 for the Pistons. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Wade. It's rebounded by Bikes, and it's Detroit's ball. In the corner, it's Galloway. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Thompson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Tristan Thompson in the middle, a player, Greg, who understands his role.
He just plays hard and does the little things. Defense, rebounding, energy. When he's blocking shots and protecting the rim, he is one of the best bigs in our league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. Well, we see so many of these players, Chris, in the NBA reach notoriety very early in their careers, sometimes even while they're still in high school. What was it like growing up as a star athlete and all the hype that surrounds it? You were the #1 high school player in the country coming out.
Well, you have to stay focused. You know, I didn't grow up in this era of social media and everything. I can only imagine that pressure now, but really you have to stay focused. You have to realize that you're just in the middle of your goal. You're not a celebrity or a star yet, no matter how good you are on that level. Everybody in the NBA has been the best player on their team at some point in time, so things are going to even it out. You have to stay focused, stay goal-oriented in school and in sports, and hopefully the best things will happen. And if you're lucky, like I was, you have some real good people around you, whether family or friends.
Yeah, good mentors, right? That's got to be important.
Yeah, you definitely got to have good mentors, whether it's coaches that can encourage you to spend all your time on the court, or whether it's friends and family that encourage you to stay focused and not kind of get caught up with others that may not have a focus or a love or a passion right now. So you just really need good people. It takes a village, and for guys that are feeling so much fame and getting so many accolades at such a young age, it's hard to handle as an adult. Just imagine trying to handle that as a kid. So you definitely need a lot of good people around you in your corner to help you succeed in life.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
The shot by Moreland, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team.
Oh, wow.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Here's Bikes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. It's stolen by Green. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. That's no good, and he's 3 for 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM. He even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. Kicks to Tolliver. Clock at 6. Detroit, no good that time either.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. When the tide's running against you, very difficult to do. What do the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
Bikes kicks to Galloway. There's the dish to Bikes. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And Green gets it to go.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Bikes kicks to Galloway. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, Langston Galloway, the undrafted guard out of St. Joseph's. Now, look, he flew under the radar on draft day, but has proven that he could be a rotation player in the NBA. Just a natural scorer at the point guard position.
Two.
No good on the free throw. And with Galloway, he can run an offense, but his main draw is his shooting and his ability, Chris, to create scoring chances. Very hard to contain at times.
And you like having that scoring punch he brings off the bench. Decent shooter from deep who can stretch a defense. Not really an efficient scorer, but he looks to act as a catalyst.
And he sinks the second. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare eras. I think it's great to argue and have fun with them and debate them, but, you know, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different eras, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, eras, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant 1 fouls. It's a different league. And so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
And the Pistons making a change here. Smith has checked in. And both free throws good for Green. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the...
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Bullock passes to Smith. And Smith gets double-teamed. And it's Drummond missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
I tell you what, whether it was Steve Nash, whether it was my boy Jay Will or Mike Bibby, when you're open, LeBron James finds you in no time. Terrific recognition. Love playing with guys like that.
Here's Drummond. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
He got pretty much a free run to the hoop right there. They might just count those as automatic points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The pass to Kennard. The 3-ball. Cavaliers with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pistons shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. Smith dishes to Bullock. Harris outside. Off target from 3-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Here's Smith. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. It's stolen by Green. Now it's Thomas running. He can go all the way. Smith with the defensive effort. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Pass to Kennard. Fires it up. No good there. And Cleveland will come the other way. It's LeBron with the drive. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Cavaliers have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. Crowder, he's checked in for Jeff Green.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for LeBron. And Chris, growing up a fan of the Pistons, did you have any particular moment that sticks out to you about this franchise?
Oh, so many moments. Isaiah Thomas winning MVP in the All-Star game. So many moments. Joe Dumars playing great defense on Michael Jordan, sweeping the 1989 finals. That was our first time. And in high school, I remember we had these little pocket TVs that one of my friends had. We actually got to watch the game as the Pistons played against Portland. So, of course, I have many memories. You want some more? I keep going on and on and on and on.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Detroit's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. There's the feed to Smith. And there's the 3-second violation. And a look here at the shot chart for Green.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
The Cavaliers shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. And for the Pistons, they're shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Bullock, good.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him.
Here's LeBron, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. LeBron's got 26 points.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Bullock. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
Once he gets open on the low block, it's just a matter of getting him the ball.
Oh, Crowder dropping the hammer. The D isn't ready for it, and he easily exploits that opportunity.
The Pistons shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. Smith with it. Now Thomas defending. They set the pick. Passes it to Kennard. He kicks to Drummond. Over Love. And the rejection by Love.
Oh, it's great seeing Love take his defense seriously. He definitely has the limp to swat that one away.
And James gets it to go.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Harris outside. For 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Good D by Drummond.
I'll give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
Smith kicks to Harris. Here's Bullock. James covering. Off the pick. Another shot. The Cavaliers pull it in. Smith's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
He's off on that one. Smith with it. Now Thomas defending. For 3, Harris. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
LeBron, no good. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Isaiah Thomas. And with Tobias Harris, he's a player who bounced around more than you would think in the early part of his career. C-Webb, he was traded twice in his first 5 years in the league, which is odd given how he's been growing and developing as a player.
Well, yeah, trades aren't necessarily about the team not being happy with you. It's about finding the right spot. So he had the right work ethic, so you knew Harris was going to improve, and you also knew he was going to be around. Coaches love Harris's hard-working ability, so the future's bright for this kid.
The first free throw is good.
Oh, wow. And Harris is a guy that really offers a ton of versatility. He can play both forward spots and is an efficient scorer from just about anywhere.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for the Pistons. And Harris drops them both.
Well, Tobias Harris, now he's a player, he gives you a little bit of everything. He can spot up. If you put a bigger guy on him, he can take you down low and drag a small if you switch on to him. Love his game.
And you talk about the matchup problems Harris can create, Chris. He has been viewed as a tweener in the past, but while that can be a problem for some, C-Web, it's a blessing, I think, for him.
Well, he's the type of player you want to throw into the game and not worry about what position it is. I mean, you just let this kid go. Tell him, hey, go do you. And that's what he's been doing.
That free throw good from Kevin Love.
Now, you got to love, though, one thing about Love. He does whatever is asked of him, whether he's the go-to guy on a given night, a supporting piece. I mean, he's going to deliver.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Yeah, and Kevin Love played the first 6 years of his NBA career with the Minnesota Timberwolves, posting gaudy numbers, but he never was able to guide them to the playoffs. He was more than ready to join the Big Three in Cleveland.
Bullock kicks to Drummond. It's in the bucket for his fourth field goal, shooting at a 4 of 9 clip.
What an amazing display of concentration by Drummond, taking the hit like a champ and completing the bucket.
And the thing that stands out is Kevin Love's unselfishness. He's such a team player. C-Web, he knew he'd have to make sacrifices in Cleveland, and he has.
Yeah, he's made big sacrifices, and it's taken some time for them to gel. I mean, once Kevin figured out when and where to assert his game, he was a big impact when he gained confidence. He's only getting better.
Free throw drop for Smith.
Now, we know this guy Smith is one of the most fearless shooters in the game. I don't know if he's ever seen a shot he didn't like.
Dwight Bikes, he's checked in for the Pistons. He hits both from the stripe. And Chris, if you're a Pistons fan, you have to be happy with the direction this team is headed. They have a good, youthful core, a brand new arena. Things are looking up.
Oh, yeah, 3 championships in the history. 2 of those were back-to-back and another final. But if you look back at the Pistons' history, just like most organizations, it's full of valleys and peaks. And they just went through a valley for the past 7 years or so. And we'll see how things are lining up for them. It looks promising, but they have to come through and execute. He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this win.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Corver comes in for J.R. Smith. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Moreland's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, LeBron. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the half. Bikes the pass to Bradley. Here's Bullock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bullock's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, nice look by Bradley, moving it to the open man.
The drive by James, and James throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And Thompson throws it down.
Look, Thompson's getting after it. A highly skilled offensive rebounder who crashes with power.
And here's Bradley from three with the putback. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Teron Lue. Coach, what is the focus going to be in the second half?
Just play the right way. Move the ball, share the ball, get stops, and get out and run in transition.
Always leads to good results. Thanks, Teron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. That's Shaquille O'Neal. Thanks for joining us. And a pumped-up home crowd is behind us right now. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench is providing. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. I mean, the defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Cavaliers shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. LeBron and Crowder, the tandem at forward. Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Love in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And for the Pistons, they're shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Smith kicks to Bradley. There's the screen. They double him with Love. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Smith with it. Smith drawing the double team. 6 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Harris inside the line.
Oh, James is a tough defender. He uses his body well. He stays with this man and makes life difficult on him.
Let's go. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Smith kicks to Harris. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, last season, LeBron very outspoken, saying the Cavs were too top-heavy. The Irving trade has brought them some much-needed depth. And you talk about the depth for the Cavs. Crucial when facing a team like the Golden State Warriors. If everything comes together, I think there's a chance their trade with Boston might give them a better shot at winning it all.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And for the Cavaliers, every move they make is going to be under the microscope. When you have the league's most dominant player in LeBron James, there's pressure to make the most of his window.
And Harris drops them both. And for the city of Cleveland, you can't overstate the impact of the Cavaliers' first title back in 2016.
Yeah, a city that had felt cursed in a lot of ways. Now it's been lifted. There's a sense they're back on a level playing field with the rest of the country.
Here's Drummond out to Smith. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Bullock sinks the triple. Bullock's got 16 points.
Love seeing the offense run through the big man. Drummond with great vision and terrific feet.
Whoa!
That is not possible. What we just is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Uncovered. And it's Bullock missing.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Here's LeBron. Yep, that one goes. LeBron's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the rejection by Love.
Man, you hate this. Getting off to a rocky start in the beginning to this half. Only shooting 20% from the field.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Now, that's just the aggressiveness of transition. Making sure they come away with points.
Inside, here's Drummond, and the rejection by Love. Outer dishes to Thomas. Over Smith. Thomas, no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Bullock kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Bradley. Harris a screen on Crowder. Crowder with the steal. Here's Thomas. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
From deep and close and everywhere in between, Thomas, an offensive energizer.
Bradley sets the pick for Smith. He's looking for Drummond and finds him.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Well, yeah, you want to try to deny and take something away, but you can also see he's smart about his position.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Smith with it. Now Thomas defending. Feeds it to Drummond. And stolen by Love. Here's Crowder.
Oh, and the scoring of Crowder, I mean, giving them a lift.
And here's Smith. At the elbow, it's Harris. And a look here at the shot chart for the Pistons.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. And Chris, as you grew up a Piston fan being born in Detroit, which Piston were you the biggest fan of when you were growing up?
Oh, wow. By far, Isaiah, no question. Isaiah was the heart and soul of that team, a guy that was smiled, but had the heart of an assassin that wanted to play and use everything that he had to get a win out of every game. The best small guard, in my opinion, the game has seen. His handles, his leadership. He was just a Chicago kid trying to make it. And then, of course, Joe Dumars and the fact that, he was just so solid, such a great guy for the community, such a heck of a 2 guard out there, a defender, a guy that could spread the floor. floor. And, of course, Bill Laimbeer, his physical play. Bob Lanier, my man Rick Mahorn, Adrian Dantley, Mark Aguirre. I could keep going. Chuck Nevitt even was a Piston for a while.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It can be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
That one misses. Good D by Wade. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Love moves the ball so well, especially when he spots an open man.
Harris outside. They get it back, and the rejection by Love. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. Cleveland on defense. They double him with Green. Outside Bradley. Back to Galloway. In the corner, it's Harris. Outside Bradley. Dishes it to Galloway. Over Smith. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Galloway has got 7 points in the game. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And when Green is feeling it, keep getting him the ball. He can really score from anywhere from the floor.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. They double him with Green. Pass to Bradley. In the corner, it's Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Galloway. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Fires from 14, and Jeff Green the bucket on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 6 assists here tonight.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Back to Harris. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Harris has got 6 here in this quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
All right. You better respect the athleticism of Love. If you don't, he'll put you in a poster.
Here's Galloway. He has 7. To the inside, Tolliver, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with height.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Bradley kicks to Galloway. Back to Bradley. Takes a 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Thomas goes in, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Isaiah Thomas, the 60th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played 1,000 minutes or more in a season. And he's not just playing, he's playing at the highest level.
When you look at Isaiah Thomas, I think when it's all said and done, he'll go down as one of the all-time great scorers under 6 feet in history. I mean, you might say he's already there.
There's the pick. Galloway, the pass to Johnson. Down low. Here's Tolliver. Moreland kicks to Galloway. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And, you know, though Thomas is a smaller player, his size doesn't deter him from getting close to the basket. I mean, that's what you have to love about this kid.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Korver. Here's Thompson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Kicks it to Galloway. The dish to Bikes. Pistons passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To end the run. Tries again. Green with the block. Here's Wade. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. 9 points for Wade.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Moreland with the bucket.
Look at this. I like this. Team basketball. Keeping the ball moving until they find the right shot.
Thompson. And Thompson throws it down. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Look, this is what Thompson wants every time. He wants to get near the rim and try to throw it down.
Here's Galloway, guarded by Green. Tolliver for 3. Here's Moreland, rebounded by Korver.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
Here's Green.
Oh! He wasn't playing on that. He was
That was incredible.
All around.
And Korver, a team-first guy. When one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
They get a hand on it. And here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Green slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And Thompson throws it down.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantage they hold in this game.
Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. Taking a look at Cleveland. Right now, they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And checking out Detroit, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
Well, I think for Cleveland, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
That's why you have to give a ton of credit to the players in terms of how they've played all season. And they aren't done yet.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. This gives us the chance to view the best three-point shooting teams this season. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. 5th on the list, the Pistons.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Bullock comes in for Stanley Johnson. Kennard, the pass to Tolliver. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Bikes. Offensive rebound. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
There's a screen. He feeds it to Drummond. Over Thompson. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, that won't go on the stat sheet. Close to getting the block, but really, it had the same effect.
Bikes dishes to Drummond. Drummond is doubled. The pass to Bikes. And he makes good on the layup. Bikes has got his first 2 points.
You can't find much better shot than that one.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Thompson with the bucket.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Here's Bikes. Pass to Tolliver. Now the feed to Drummond. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Drummond's got 12.
And the play is all about Drummond and his solid fundamentals, just taking his time and getting a high-quality chance as a result.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
And so it's Cleveland with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back to the action after this word. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
You're going to have to help and close, not just stand near. Everybody's just trying to keep their guy from scoring. Come on now, we got to be better than this, guys.
And pleading for better help defensively, Stan Van Gundy telling his guys that that almost is not just going to cut it in a game like this.
Yeah, I mean, they've been lacking in terms of aggressiveness on that end, and as a result, the stops just haven't been there.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Reggie Bullock, White Bikes out there with Kennard. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Ellenson in at the 4 slot. Shumpert gets a wide-open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Shumpert's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Cavs. Here's Bikes. Ellenson with a wide-open look. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Thompson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class-eating. No good from Fry. And, well, Detroit shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. It's stolen by Rose. Inside. Fry, good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Kennard to the paint, stolen by Thompson. And Shumpert kicks to Rose. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Nice work to get good position inside. You just can't quite get as good a look as he wants.
Pass to Bikes. And again, it's the Pistons missing. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And that one drops. And that's 10 points for Rose.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
To the inside. Here's Marjanovic. The shot misses. And Cleveland will come the other way. Ahead. Here's Fry. And yes, it's good.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
Feeds to Bikes. He kicks it to Ellenson, looking to end the run. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Well, come on, he's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
Here's Bullock. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Thompson comes with the double team. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. And that one drops for him.
And Derrick Rose, so quick out of the gates. When he sees open floor ahead, he's at full sprint in the blink of an eye.
Mikes kicks to Ellenson. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Pass to Kennard. Lets it go with a three. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Poked loose. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition. And Fry slams it in.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Well, give the coach a little credit. It's been some great play calling. Each guy doing his part. This is what you're hoping to achieve.
And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now, and how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because of the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat him for bragging rights on the court. Back then, it was more of, can my team beat your team? Not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12. So they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem. But it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing that, man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. There's the screen. Dishes to Bullock. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Cheap turnover. You got to make sure your target's ready for the pass before you let it go.
Bradley's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Thompson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pistons have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Kicks to Bradley. Here's Ellenson. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Ellenson's got 9 points now in just the second half. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And that's just some great vision there from Calderon to see the wide open man for the easy make.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And there's the pass to Marjanovic. That shot missing, and Cleveland will come the other way. Here's Shumpert. And Ellenson pulls it down.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. So for the Pistons, Moreland's checked in, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Ish Smith. There's the dish to Moreland. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Rose. Clock at 6. Bradley, that's for 2. And that one hits back iron.
Well, look, his teammates are going to stop giving him the ball if he keeps taking shots like that.
Calderon, that's good.
All sorts of pressure coming his way on that shot, but Calderon wasn't fazed in the slightest.
And for the Pistons, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Bradley passes to Galloway. They set the pick. Back to Bradley. Fires for 3. Bradley with another miss.
Decent attempt at the rim right there, just simply off right now.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Detroit's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. To the right side. Here's Kennard. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Fry. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. High arcing shot. Here's Kennard. And another shot. That one, no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And Fry slams it in.
Nice. Look how alert Shumpert is. He knows whenever one of his teammates is open to get him to rock.
So it's the Pistons now. Bradley dishes to Galloway. Outside Bradley. Here's Moreland. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Too many inches being given up in that matchup. I mean, he's got no chance of putting a stop to that layup.
Chris, traditionally, we've had the standard 1 through 5 spots on an NBA team, but it seems more and more GMs and coaches are going away from labeling a player to one of those spots, like positionless basketball. Are we going to see more of that? Is it going to work its way around to another level? How do you view that?
Well, I just think that the game is evolving, and I think right now you have to have a certain skill set to play, and that means you have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, and defend. If you think about it, we had players that could just defend, couldn't dribble or throw a ball in the ocean. Well, that really can't work anymore, and you have to have players with the total skill set regardless of size. I do think, though, that you'll always have to have positions. I hated how we took the center out of the All-Star game. You never see in baseball, they say, it's okay, you don't have to have a center fielder. You can just put 2 left fielders in there. You still have to identify a position, and for the tradition and the honor of the game, I say we do that. But we got some pretty big guys and some pretty great guys. So what would you call Dirk Nowitzki? Is he a 5? He's 7 feet tall. Is he a 4? Is he a 3? It doesn't matter. He just has game. What do you call Kevin Durant? A 7-foot flamethrower? I mean, he's a center, a power forward. I don't know what you call him, but I know that size or positions are no more defined by height. They used to be defined by height. 7 foot and up centers, 6'9" and up power forwards. Now you have 6'9" and up point guards. So I love the fact that the game's evolving, but I think the 5 best players are just going to play, but you're going to have every single size because right now skill set is all that matters.
One shot.
Chris, for years it seems that we've been waiting on that one season where Wade falls off and isn't an all-star level player anymore. But every year he comes in and is as impactful as ever.
Oh, that's what's incredible about Wade. He's done it for so long. In my opinion, one of the greatest 2-guard scorers ever to play. He's changed his method of scoring. We all have to as you get older, but he still gets buckets.
Pass to Thompson. Lays it up off the glass. Thompson's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Thompson comes with the double team. Crowder with the steal. Now Cleveland moving it up. Stops, pops, and that one comes up a bit short. Detroit's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. They get a hand on it. Here's Galloway. Gets it to go from 8 feet. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Wade missing again. The Pistons shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. No coverage that time.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. They're looking to stack up some points. They've gotten into a nice groove from out there.
Detroit's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Galloway kicks to Bradley. They set the screen to the inside. And Wade sends it back.
Wade is an excellent shot blocker from the 2 spot. I mean, he's remarkable at timing his jumps and swatting shots back.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Here's Galloway. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, I think those are the main things that you have to, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficient.
Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 16-7 run. That one good for 2. And now that's 35 points for Tristan Thompson.
Look, this is where Thompson feels comfortable, shooting very close to the rim. He's efficient.
Bradley passes to Galloway. And here is Marjanovic. He's covered by Rose. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
And when you look at Jay Crowder, he kind of bridges that gap between role player / star player. The numbers might not wow you, but his tough play at both ends of the court is extremely valuable.
One shot.
And Greg, wouldn't you agree? Crowder clearly one of the best in the NBA in defending?
Without question. I mean, this guy guards 3 positions every night. And the combination of strength, quick feet, and then the quick hands make him a problem.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Korver's checked in. And a switcher also for Detroit. Kennard, he's checked in for Avery Bradley. Galloway kicks to Marjanovic. Moves back up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Rose. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance. And right now, we do not need the game to lengthen in any way. If anything, shorten. And I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last longer.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And every point is critical now. You can't afford to let these opportunities pass you by.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups. this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Tristan Thompson.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Detroit's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Thompson comes with a double team. Here's Moreland. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Crowder. Here's Wade. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset. Well, you see a lot of hard-nosed players coming out of Marquette. You know, Jay Crowder certainly falls in that category. 6'6", 235. I mean, he's just a brick wall. Not a guy you want to tangle with.
One shot. One shot.
That free throw good from Wade. And Crowder said he wasn't always in such great shape, Chris. He was actually overweight, he says, in high school.
He has a great father who was a pro player, and his father helped him train. I mean, he lost all that bad weight and kept that good muscle.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're leading 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
My guess is that they're just trying to avoid some monumental breakdown after having dominated up to this point.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Tristan Thompson.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. No good from Wade. Detroit with the ball. Here's Marjanovic. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Johnson from outside, and the miss. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, LeBron, congrats on the win. What do you think made the difference tonight?
Defense. We made our mark defensively. We understand that for the long term, we have to defend at a high level. We've been doing that.
It does start at that end, LeBron. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.